Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monster of the Week, our regular now Wednesday night game. I am V. I am your GM, DM, or Game Master for the night. And before I get into our sponsors and everything, you will notice that we are one face less. We are missing our player Jordy, who played Vinny. Unfortunately, he has left campaign for personal reasons. We wish him the best and hope he can find some games or play some games in the future. Now I'm just going to dive right into the sponsors. Of course, we like to thank D&D Beyond. That is D, the letter N, D, Beyond.com. Even though we do not use it on this campaign, of course, for Wednesday nights, we do use it on Mondays and Thursdays. So come check us out as we live roll on Mondays and we possibly die on Thursdays. We do like to thank Lucky Dice Cafe.
Possibly.
Possibly, like. Of course, we do like to thank Lucky Dice Cafe. If you are looking for a game in the Huntsville, Alabama area, once all of this mess is done and over with, you can find our main DM Cap there, as he DMs Thursday, Fridays. Usually. He's a great DM. Go check him out when you get the chance and when everything is done and over with. If you've missed any of our past episodes, be it Wednesday for Monster of the Week, or if you'd like to binge anything, we do have a YouTube channel. Tuesday just finished. We finished Curse of Strahd a few months ago now, but it's still there if you'd like to watch it. As I just completely lose train of thought. We also do have a Patreon. We know times are hard right now, so when you can in the future, everybody starts working back up. We do stuff like episode zeros, which I believe you guys just finished episode 0 for vampires yesterday.
Yes.
So that'll be up on our Patreon soon. We have some character introductions from Monday night, and we will probably be seeing more from other characters, other campaigns as time moves on. All right. We dive back into it. Camera zoom, crop. James is on his butt. Jernia is being squished by a tentacle. Vinny has disappeared from sight, has ran, possibly. What would you guys like to do? We dive right back into the action. Last time we finished off halfway through the fight.
Little help.
Little help's my middle name. I'm gonna. Stuart's still right by the tentacle that is hitting Jernia, right? So he's just gonna start trying to blast away at like the base of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to assist that by trying to. I'm not using my magic or anything. I'm just trying to like get it to where he can shoot.
To like move it. So the tentacle base is stuck on the ground, even if you were pushing it up. And Stuart is shooting at the ground.
He's got a good angle for it too.
He's got a good angle for it. He's just on the ground, like I got
He's like
this.
thrown like a sniper.
This is SEAL Team 1.
Oh gosh, Stuart,
Yeah,
such a fucking perfect lad.
Would you like me to roll cool?
Yes, you can roll cool for help out. What I'm gonna say is that you are trying to move maybe more out of the way than pushing the tentacle up. It leaves less room for Stuart to shoot you.
Mark my experience.
That is a 5. So say goodbye to your foot. No, I'm kidding.
Does that affect me?
It doesn't work that way.
It won't affect you, unfortunately. Unfortunately, a 5 is a fail. Unfortunately.
I meant like a negative sense. I was like, does she like roll into the way now, or?
Yeah. She's just like, she literally like the tentacle moves, and she's the only target you can shoot at.
Shoot the thing! Shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot it!
Oh fuck!
Sorry. God, so of course, yes. Roll tough. Roll to kick some ass.
Ooh,
an 11. Heck yes. So on a 10 plus, you get to choose the extra effect. So you do, there's gain advantage, so you can take +1 forward or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, +1 harm. You suffer less harm, -1 harm, or you force them where you want them.
Can I force them off of Jernia?
Of course. Yep.
There we go.
So you have shot with the small handgun, correct?
Yeah.
So you do 2 harm. It's close, so you've moved up a little bit. Loud reload, so you will have to reload.
Okay.
But yeah, you've done some harm on that guy. And Jernia, you hear the shot. It is very loud as it goes off near you. But all of a sudden, the tentacle that was on top of you has now sort of like flung itself back.
I just prone move. As soon as that happens, it just really quickly get back on my feet, like
out. Let me out.
Out, and then up, and then okay.
And we're good. Perfect. So you have moved that one out and away from where it was. Beautiful. Now we still have the one that is also near Cassie and near Morgan. As I forget, I also need something. And as much as I would like to roll on that, I'm going to roll in person because it's just easier that way. Also lets me have a little bit more fun with it.
I have a question, Keeper.
Yes.
I have leveled up. Does that give me the thing now, or would it come in like at a narrative moment?
You have leveled up. Hold on. I will say it takes effect now.
Sure. Okay. Well, when I figure out what it is, I'll let you know.
Yep. Perfect. All right. So this one is... All right. The one that is... I believe it is the one that's near Morgan and James.
Mm-hmm.
It has quickly moved and knocked James back and onto the ground. It's going to try and do the same thing that it did earlier. It's going to try and slam on top of you, James. Oh, which it fails. That's good.
Oh, I was going to go shield, but never mind.
Experience. No. As it's trying to slam down, it goes to move on top of you, and it just maybe it's the ricochet. It's not the ricochet effect of like a bullet hitting it. What it is the pain that the other tentacle had felt and had been pushed back with kind of echoed through all of it. So as it slams down, it misses you, and it slams itself into the ground in front of you.
Okay, I picked what I'm gonna pick.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use it.
What have you picked up?
I took another combat magic and I picked ball.
Oh, okay.
So Jernia is gonna like just from out of her hand just comes this like weird large snowball looking thing.
Okay.
And she's gonna launch it towards the person, or where the area originally was, to try to get all that.
Where the area originally was. Where the creature is coming through the tunnel?
Is coming through, yes.
Okay. So you're looking to hit it?
Yes. I'm trying to hit it, and it's area, so it's gonna... Oh, I guess it's... Oh, fuck, it's close. That's true. I'd have to get over there.
You'd have to move over a little bit.
Well, keep in mind, close is like... Pistols are close.
Yeah.
There's like a...
Okay.
Like...
Probably like where they are, and then where like the tunnel, where the tunnel entrance is, would be like close.
I'm gonna say like maybe 5 feet would be close when you really think about it, because you don't want to like weigh it like.
I'm not getting up in its face.
I think there's a range. Isn't there a range called personal, which is actually like touching range?
Like like touching. Yeah.
Like I said, a handgun has a close range, and you can hit somebody with a handgun from quite a ways off.
So if they're still like in the hallway, and like I'm at the entrance, that's probably about ideal range that I'd like to be.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna roll weird. We're getting weird, y'all. Yes, the fuck we are.
Hell yes. So on a 10+, your magic works without an issue. So. This ball of snow, snow or ice, you have cold.
But for flavor, it's like shaped like a giant snowball.
Ooh. Okay. Ball does 1 harm, magic area close. Obvious and loud. Okay.
And then because it's ice, it's 1 harm and then restraining.
Mm-hmm.
So just want to get all that area like as it hits
as frozen as possible.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. You hit this thing in what it like in where its legs would have been as it was trying to come through and step through. It you hit this and it freezes almost on contact as it starts moving to try and come out. Its lower legs have now been frozen in place. Added that damage. Now, I believe you actually get extra damage because of that. Plus, you have an effect. So there's inflict harm, ignore armor, magic obvious, and that's enchanted weapon. Get +1 harm and +1 magic. Do one thing that is beyond human limitations. Bar a place or portal to a specific person or type of creature. Trap a specific person, minion, or monster.
I sure would like to trap. I would like to trap a specific minion or monster.
Yep. So yeah, as this ice hits it, it just automatically spreads over its legs and over the bottom of that door and freezes it in place. You can hear the crackle as it's trying to move to break the ice, but it's obviously not going anywhere anytime soon.
Are the tentacles still?
Yep.
Okay. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go to the one that is closest to me? And of course, all my things are contact. So, I want to.
Oh yeah, intimate. Intimate is it's like intimate, close, and then there's range. Yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
I want to touch it and drain life.
Okay.
I have no life to heal back, but
still, I can't scroll.
It's like you're full, so you just kind of spit it out when you're done.
Yeah, and now I get to roll with weird.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Ooh. That's a good 11. So perfect. That goes off without a hitch. You of course get to choose other damaging types. Take +1 forward or give +1 forward to another hunter. Inflict terrible harm. You suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
Let's do terrible harm.
Okay. Perfect. Your life drain already does
2 damage.
2, so you're doing extra harm on top of that. Terrible harm. Perfect. Okay. As you go to reach out and attack this thing, you do the same thing you've done before where you know how to life drain. You know how to get that life back. But this thing doesn't have any life to give you. Even if you were hurt, you wouldn't have actually gotten any life back from it. You can feel that. There's a different sort of presence about it. But as you touch this thing and hit it and inflict terrible harm, you see as it actually breaks off. It snaps right at the base of the tentacle, and it actually starts melting in your hands. But as soon as it starts melting, it's basically like it turns into a liquid, and then it quickly like dissipates into dust, into smoke. But it leaves you with a small black, almost sliver of a crystal in your hand.
It's going to be a really cool necklace.
Oh no.
Find
her Etsy.
I'm already setting up the sell. That one is dead. There are still the creature in the hallway, the tentacle that is close to Cassie, and the tentacle that is close to Jernia and Stuart. The one that... Okay. Roll to kicks and ass.
Jernia.
Yep.
Is Cassie not very tough? Oh, you have double 6s though.
Still a toughie though.
Ooh, is that double 6s? Of course.
That's That's experience, right?
I have stated that if anybody gets a double 6, you can take experience. Is that Cassie's first experience point? No, it's not. Oh, she has actually failed.
She failed last session.
Yeah.
And that was the first time she failed.
What a fucking success story.
Actually, what a loser. Sorry.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Wow, okay. Brag more about it then.
Weird flex, but okay.
Sucks to be a winner, I guess. Just sucks to be a winner in this case. Perfect. And you are shooting with your gun, correct? Now, okay. For your small handgun, I'm just gonna let you know, like, really quickly what it does for damage. Who has a small handgun on theirs? Because you just don't have that prepped on your character sheet. It's 2 harm. It's fine. I've got it for you right now. So it just mark beside it. It's 2 harm, close, loud, reload. Okay. Perfect. All right. So with an 11, of course, you get to choose those extra effects. +1 forward, or to you or another hunter, terrible harm, suffer less harm, which it's not hitting you back right now, and you force them where you want them. Okay. Where'd my pen go?
I forgot to unmute myself for OBS.
That whole time we've been muted, have we?
Nope, just me. It was my microphone that was muted.
Oh,
Okay.
good. All my funny jokes still made it.
So everybody else was heard, and they just saw me talking without saying anything.
Ooh. So basically, we made fun of Cassie for finally actually failing. For
Well, no, they heard it.
They heard us.
No,
They
they
heard
heard
our
you
part.
guys
They
making
heard
fun
us.
of it. They didn't hear anything I
Yeah.
said.
Oh, that's right.
She
correct.
was just rubbing it in her nose that she never fails. It's like, wow.
Yeah, there we go. That's
I'm so
the more-
perfect. I never get to get better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Definitely
We've
not
figured
what
it
I
out.
said, but okay. But I love you guys, so we're just gonna go with it.
But I love you guys. I promise.
She called us losers like 6 times though. It's
Yeah,
kinda-
like damn
Absolutely
shit.
not.
Go back. You can read her lips, even if she can't hear it.
Yeah. Clip it.
Clip it. Let's go. We'll get this right.
After session, I got you.
Oh, God damn it. This is
All right.
This is why we need to put captions on things, so that people who are hard of hearing can...
Subtitles. All right.
You need a
Cassie.
subtitle translator?
Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea for us to do subtitles. That's besides the point. Yes, extra, like,
Yeah,
I'm
who's
doing...
gonna go back and do that?
YouTube actually
Especially
has a feature.
with me talking. Who's gonna fucking subtitle
YouTube
me
has
talking?
a feature that we can actually go in and
Oh.
edit the...
Anytime you fuck something up, someone just slams the keyboard.
No, it's it auto captions on YouTube.
Oh.
Speak Quentin, it's fine.
And then we just have to go in and edit what's not right.
All right. Cassie.
Anyway, yeah.
The one that's
So,
on top of you, slamming on you.
oh, I didn't kill it. That's not good.
That's nope. No, it's
Okay.
not. So that is going to hit you.
Mhm. But I have that weird ghost armor, so
Yep. So you will take -1 harm, which is good.
The +1 ghost armor.
yeah.
+1 ghost armor. So you will only end up taking 1 damage.
Okay.
And it actually goes to knock your gun out of your hand.
It
Yep.
knows what a gun is.
Well, I mean, this is the 3rd time I've shot it with it, so I would fucking hope so.
So it knocks your gun out of your hand, and you see it go flying well past Jajernia.
I won't hesitate.
Won't hesitate.
Which one's the real one? What's the slimy tentacle?
So the one Morgan took out, was that the one that was
Yes.
close to James?
That was the one that was close to James.
Okay.
So there's the one that's by Cassie, the one that is by Jernia, and there is still a creature moving towards breaking the ice in the hallway.
Can't hold him for long.
James is going to try the whammy on the one that's taking the handgun because clearly that one's dangerous.
Give me the gun. It's just a tentacle with a gun. It knocked the gun away.
Oh.
So it was just like, you can't have that. That's not fair. All right.
So the big whammy lets me kick some ass with my weird.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was just looking at your character sheet. I'm sorry if I moved it.
That's another.
Damn.
Everybody gets double sixes.
Yay!
Hell yeah, James experience. That's a 14. That is a big old 14. Jeez, I think that's the largest number we've had so far.
Yeah.
That's also the most amount of double sixes we've had so far.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just roll 20. It goes in clumps like that.
Yep.
One right after another.
I'm feeling really good. You guys really need to finish this hunt up now. It's roll 20. That's
really
like
cool that day.
Yep. All right. Now, does the big whammy count as use magic, or does it count as just kick some ass?
You can use your powers to kick some ass. 2 harm, close, obvious, ignore armor.
2 harm, close, obvious.
Ignore armor. That's important.
Yes, that is important.
And with the with it being 11 or higher, I'll choose to do the extra harm to it.
The extra harm to it? Perfect. Now, sorry, you were hitting the tentacle that was close to Cassie, right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. As you let this wave... did we ever go over or figure out how James's big whammy looked? Is it something that, like, a roll of energy that just kind of comes from him? Or is it something that is...
I'm thinking that you see his eyes flare up with kind of a golden light, and there's sort of a heat distortion. It's not heat, but it's kind of distortion effect.
Okay.
That's kind of out of his head.
Okay. As you let go, it's just the whole distortion that goes right towards this tentacle. You hit this tentacle, and this tentacle doesn't even get, like, when Morgan killed it, it didn't even get the chance to melt like that one did. This one just basically gets hit with this distortion, and it's like one of those effects where you, like, it's like a slow-mo effect when you hit a water balloon and the balloon just pops but the water goes flying. You hit this thing and it's just dust that goes flying backwards. It's just the dust and smoke. There is a Cassie, you see it more just because, James, you are still pretty far, but you see the small black shard-like crystal that comes from the tentacle, but it does go flying.
Okay.
I know that feel, buddy. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Jernia, the one that is not actually new. Nope, the one near Jernia is still alive. I apologize. It's gonna try and smack down on you again.
Sure.
Because... All right.
Did it hit me?
Yes.
Ah!
So, it did hit you. I apologize. Now, you do have armor, if I remember correctly. It's a 1 armor, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not. I know it's not the +1 ghost armor, though.
It's not specifically armor. It's not specifically +1 armor. It is -1 harm.
-1 harm. Okay, sorry. But it's enchanted clothing, is it not?
Yes. It's enchanted clothing.
Okay, perfect. So you will only end up taking 1 harm.
Okay. I feel like shit, guys.
How are you looking?
I am.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm at the midway point.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, counterattack it.
Yeah, you will be doing damage as well.
Okay.
To this one, yes. It rolled and it hit, but it was like it was more of that middle ground where it's like it's a failure and it's and it's a success. So both of you will be damaging each other.
Gotcha.
And actually, I know if you're damaged, it's fine. This thing hits you and slams down onto the ground on top of you. It knocks you to the ground, and Jernia, you're not feeling the greatest. You are actually on like the verge of being knocked unconscious with that hit. Just because of the harm that you've taken, that is
right
how that goes. But as it hits you and as it hits the ground, your magic flares inside of you, causing this tentacle, as it hits you, to take the damage, and it actually smokes away the crystal, actually just kind of falling on top of you and sitting on top of you. It's just like a little black sharded crystal.
Okay.
And that is the last tentacle. Yes.
Okay. That was in character.
Yep. Jernia, you are on the ground. You are
I'm not looking good.
You're not looking good, honey. No. Honey.
Too late.
No.
Am I still conscious?
Yeah. You're like on the
Okay.
verge of unconsciousness with the amount of damage you've taken.
Right.
Jarnia will be more than likely needed to be checked out, and you will need to take time to heal after that.
Okay.
All that is left is the creature. Jarnia, with you on the ground, your magic that flared inside you, used on the tentacle, it actually breaks the, like, I know it's not a concentration thing, but it weakens the ice that is holding onto the larger creature.
Uh-huh.
And it is freed as it steps out towards, I believe the closest person is actually
Me.
James.
What?
Jarnia.
It'd probably be me.
Yeah, but you're already down,
Yeah.
technically, so it doesn't...
Would it not
would
be
it-
Cassie?
You shot at the tentacle that was near you, you were farther out.
Okay.
Because I was with
James was specifically staying a little bit further back,
This is
close
true.
to his truck.
Because if it's stepping out of the mill, she's still right there. Like,
Yeah, it
in
was-
She's
line
not
with the
stepping out of the
door.
mill, it's stepping out of the door frame from the break room.
It's still way, way back there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh.
sorry. No, I understand.
It's still
I
near the
understand,
break
sorry.
room. So technically, between the two people, it would be Morgan and James that are closest. Because I believe James was still in the building, was he not?
We were all stationed outside the building. Stuart and
Vinny went in,
Vinny had gone in and lured the thing out. All the rest of us were set up to ambush it when it came out.
but
Like-
you and Morgan went in because that's when you two accepted
like
the ghost
far
armor.
back.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thought we'd come back out. I don't remember.
I know you came out and you were like really close to the door. Actually, yeah, no, James is actually farther out. Morgan, you were actually in the mentality closest to it.
What the fuck, James?
No, I do remember now. James actually was attacking the one that Cassie attacked, and your big whammy is technically classified as in that mindset close, is it not?
Right, which means I don't have to wrap and
means-
touch it.
Yeah. James had moved out a bit more. So, and Morgan, you had attacked the one that James was on, or that was on James,
Mm-hmm.
which was still in the building. So now you're in the building, which means this thing that is in the building is going to come for you, who is also in the building.
Okay.
It's okay. You can also do damage to it because it fucked up. Hold on. So okay. Basically, what it is doing, it is coming out and it is grabbing you and trying to pull you towards it.
He just wants a hug.
He's lonely.
Okay. Yikes. Did it grab me or no?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's got like this big sort of like elongated clawed hand. It kind of wraps, like it grabs you like right here on your shoulder or your upper arm. Yeah, upper arm. Upper arm shoulder area. But its hand is so large and big that it almost like the claws literally almost reach out to like half of your chest. And it has stepped out, but with its arm being so long, it is trying to drag you towards it.
Okay, can I like with my wings out, I want to like with the notches that are on the actual like top of them, like kind of like dig those into the ground and touch it and try to drain life.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's fucking do it. Come on, weird.
Am I a combatant or am I out?
You're out.
Okay, good to know.
Wow! I should get 2 experience for that.
Holy
Not
shit!
talk about at the beginning a double one. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because you get a failure anyway. But we did not talk about double experience. But Mac experience.
Ouch.
You took the ghost armor, so it only does 1 harm.
Okay.
Yeah, you were pretty much okay. But this thing, as you try to notch your wings into the ground, knock it into the ground, Hold on, I'm sorry, you're inside the building. You just forgot that this flooring is cement flooring.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was wood.
No.
So I could, like, actually grab onto it.
You go to, like, knock your wings in, and it just kind of breaks the notches a little bit. You're like, ah!
Ow.
Owie, Dad's gonna be mad. So you're just like dragging it basically across cement as it just continues to pull you in.
Oh fuck. I'm gonna fucking since that didn't go too well, I'm just gonna try and stab it again with the knife.
You're gonna stab it with the knife instead?
Yeah.
Stab it with his steely knife.
That's a roll. You're leveling up this game.
We went from double 1s to double 6s.
Yeah.
You can go ahead, Marcus.
They said Morgan gets to level up this game.
Yeah.
God,
Okay.
I wish.
Perfect. Okay, your big knife does 1 harm. Perfect. Yes. And on, of course, a 10 plus advantage, +1 forward, +1 forward to you or another person. Terrible harm.
Terrible harm.
Good choice.
Let's go with that.
Good
It's
choice.
kind of the favorite of the night.
It is. It's good. You slam your knife into the arm that is holding onto you, and it cleaves right through it. As it breaks off and it falls backwards into the other room, the arm that was attached to you turning to smoke as it disappears, another small black shard falling to the ground as the arm completely disappears. You can see as the rest of the arm, like you cut basically here, as the rest of the arm is being pulled back, you can actually see that the arm is starting to turn to smoke from like that end piece inwards and towards the room where the creature has disappeared into.
Well, I'm picking up that crystal and I'm going after it.
Okay. Anybody else?
Not at the moment, no.
Did James see the crystal that flew out of his?
The one, yeah, you probably could, like, if you would have seen the one that Morgan ended up getting, because I have a feeling Morgan went like, ooh.
Hey!
You know that more than likely when you hit the other tentacle that another crystal did fall out of that.
Okay, he would run over and see if he could find it.
Okay. Cassie, you would have been more or less likely to see whereabouts it flew. I'm not going to make you guys roll for it. It's a chunk of a crystal that's laying on the ground. You guys are able to, both of you working together, easily find it.
Where did this thing go? Or do we know?
Back into the tunnel,
Okay.
from what you can guess.
Jeremy, just like delirious on the floor. Did we do it?
Yeah, Jernia is on the ground.
Well, not yet, but we're gonna handle this.
All right, and she like tries to get up, and she's like,
No. I think you should just lay there, enjoy the sun.
Guard the cars.
Yeah.
Just turns her head to look at them.
She's already
Hey.
unconscious before you guys finish your sentence.
Cassie's
She's
gonna
out.
go grab her gun.
Okay.
Check it to make sure that nothing's been damaged, there's no issues, and then as
A little
she's
bit
doing-
of. Yeah, there's like a little bit of scuff marks, basically just from it being tossed into the dirt.
Yeah.
But
there's
it was
like-
tossed out.
Can I reload mine right now?
Yes.
Sick.
Takes an action. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't have to take an action. You just quickly reload.
I have the feat for to be a bonus action.
I have crossbow expert actually.
Yeah. Small arms, whatever.
Small arms, yeah, whatever. That's what you just said.
I have small arms, but I'm tish. Yeah. So Stuart's gonna. Who's in there? James is in there, right?
Morgan went after the
Morgan's in there.
creature.
Oh, okay. Stuart's gonna go in there too. You can't have one person going in.
Okay. Oh. Perfect. James, Cassie, you found the crystal. Jernia, you're a little sleepy baby right now. Nap time. James, do you call out that you're going after? Actually, does James or Morgan call out that they're going after this thing?
You mean Stuart?
Stuart, yes, I apologize.
I probably wouldn't vocally call out, but I would
Let's do
hope
it.
that my scream of fear that I was being grabbed and pulled in sort of resonated out.
I'm coming, Morgan.
You're a liar, you know it.
I'm not gonna.
I'm unconscious.
Stuart's gonna let out a little battle cry and then run in there.
Cassie's
Just like a ah!
Cassie's
You just
gonna
hear
look
it, like,
over at James and
faint.
just, if we die, we're going to die with idiots.
Yeah, I can't wait to explain to St. Peter that I died with the devil.
Oh, I don't think that'll be the hardest thing to explain, James. But we should probably go after them.
Ladies
She'll be
first.
fine.
Sorry.
Oh, she's got the gun.
I mean, that's fair.
I love
think
James.
you have the
I think
gun.
he's fucking perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
As Cassie is going, she's gonna pull out her phone. We have the number for Logan because he gave it to us. Did it have a cell phone number or just his desk number, like his office number?
You think this man has a desk number?
I am
His
asking.
desk number is his cell phone number.
Okay, I had to
In
ask.
the
I had to
21st
clarify.
century.
Okay.
No, this man just like his job is like I take forced holidays.
I had to clarify. Anyway, she's
No,
gonna-
it states. Listen, if Logan was to have a card that had like a desk number and a cell phone number, if you looked like really closely and like really paid attention, they're the same number twice.
Okay,
That would be
Fair
Logan's
enough.
number.
fair enough. I had to ask and I had to clarify. She's
That's
gonna
fine.
quickly text his work number and state
There
that
we go again.
Jarnia is going to need medical attention and that she's unconscious outside the sawmill.
How are you wording it? Are you
She is keeping
Like-
it very short and simple.
okay? Need ambulance?
We're dying,
at
lol.
Woodmill?
We're dying all.
Need EMT at sawmill.
We hurt, come fast, fire bad.
No.
How are you?
She is literally just gonna say need EMT at sawmill.
Okay. I wanna keep it with Logan that Logan just has the shittiest phone, so you get a text back and it's just like a weird symbol with no correlation to
K.
anything. It's just K. No, it's like a weird symbol that has no
he doesn't
correlation with
even do
anything.
that. He doesn't even do that. He texts in emojis. This man texts in emojis. And then you
Yeah,
have to
except
decipher
The
what he
cry
says.
laughing emoji.
It's just like the okay hand and then the joy cry emoji. Yeah.
It's the Facebook thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like, he's the worst.
It's like the thinking face and then a thumbs up, okay emoji.
Did Stuart see that little crystal on Jernia?
Jernia put it in her satchel. It was like the last conscious thing she did.
Oh, okay. Then no.
I have 2.
Okay.
Then I apologize. No, because somebody finders keepers, Stuart.
She went like this and was like, "Oh, okay," and then went
Curled up into a ball, just holding the crystal.
No, I think it was more curled up into a ball, holding in all of her internal organs, so that they stayed in place.
making sure she's not bleeding out on her cute robes.
Q, you were right there.
A sucker for Lord of the Rings. Precious. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Okay then. Yeah, Stuart doesn't know shit about crystals.
So no
Or their
crystals for
chocolate.
Stuart. Oh god damn it.
Anyway.
Hey. Moving in.
Yeah, so I've texted Logan just so that we can hopefully get some EMT out at the fucking sawmill for whatever the hell's gonna happen on our way back out.
Perfect.
She has no idea if he's gonna respond and or take her seriously, but
She's got an okay emoji.
is that what he responds with?
Yeah.
She's gonna
It's like
look
an
at
okay
it and she's
thumbs
like,
up.
she's just like, I don't know if he's taking me seriously or not.
He
If
takes
he's been on
phone
a hunt
calls.
before, he's probably
Texting?
taking you seriously.
Yeah. He probably like speech to text a lot, and he's like, okay, and the phone just automatically corrects to like the okay emoji instead.
The final prank before his friend left was that he transferred all of the speech to text commands to being emojis.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Thanks, Emojipedia.
Anyway, yeah, so Cassie and James are running in after Stuart and Morgan.
Perfect. Morgan, you're able to pretty much keep up with this thing. You're taking wide strides as you follow it into apologies, into the building. You can see that it is quickly starting to disappear. Every piece that breaks off, you can see something shiny falling from it, basically. It's just dropping crystals here and there everywhere as it continues on. You can take the time to pick them up, but you do know they're there. Stuart, you can see as you're working to keep up with Morgan, you can see that it's also falling apart as well.
Anybody got a broom?
I got a hammer.
You follow it into that main first area. You can see that it is moving through the statues, and it is quickly starting to knock over statues as it goes. Some of the statues here and there cracking, and as they fall and hit the ground, some of them still staying pretty solid even when they hit the ground. It moves through that first area and then straight into the room where the pit was. You see it as it tries to get to the center of the pit. It's climbing the pillar as much as it can towards that statue in the middle. The statue in the middle, now that you're getting a really good look at it, unlike last time where it showed you something else, it is a figure of a young-looking woman. You don't recognize her. This is a new face, and it's not moving. It's not shifting into different appearances. As it tries to reach up for that statue, you can see its other hand finally just disappears in a fog of smoke. No more crystals fall from the creature as the smoke falls into the pit and just disappears. Sorry. The creature is gone, and as the creature leaves, you feel that fog that had washed over you earlier pulls away. James, Cassie, you both feel it as well as the fog quickly that washed over you starts to wash back and pull off. You don't see the faces of James. You don't see your mother, Doll. You, Morgan, you don't see Doll, and Cassie, you don't see Ansel. It is a face of somebody else. And while you're thinking about it, Cassie, you looked over the faces of the statues. You recognize one of the faces of one of the statues in that fog.
Which one?
Older
Which
woman.
face? Sorry, that's.
She looks like an older woman. As the fog moves back, James and Cassie, you're able to make it into the center room around the pit. You don't see the creature. The creature is gone. These fogs move and come together, and then suddenly, quickly, in small balls and small little parts, move away and sort of just float there. James, with your eyes, you can see the actual outlines of all the bodies. There's an older woman, an older gentleman. There seems to be like a woman in a maid's outfit. They're all faces familiar to those of the statues that you've gone through. You watch as they nod their heads at you, and then they just fade away. Everybody else, actually, Morgan might see this outlines of the spirits as well, just based on what he is, but they all spirit and that little kind of version of the spirits just fade from view. The stone on the statue in the center begins to break and crack. And the woman that was in the statue is set free. She doesn't look young like the statue initially does. She looks old, she looks withered. But she quickly sprouts wings and moves from the pillar onto the ground in front of you all.
Like Morgan-style wings, or?
No, angelic. They're more angelic. They're feathers, white.
Cassie has the gun up,
Okay.
pointed at her.
Okay.
I take a half a step further away from Morgan. Not with him.
She would rather be prepared than suddenly have something happen and her not be able to react in time. So
No,
Yeah,
that's fine.
Stuart sees Cassie doing that. He's like, "Yeah, that's a decent idea."
Okay.
No offense, Angel.
No offense, Angel Lady. This woman, she's holding something in her hand. And as she kind of unclenches her hand, you guys can see most of what you guys have seen from now, just black shards of crystal. This almost looks like a half circle, but it looks like the same sort of texture that, like, it's the same sort of, I say texture. Properties, I guess, is the closest word I can come to. That looks like the black crystals. Material. That also works.
Like a geode?
Yeah.
Or...
It looks almost like a sphere of what a geode would have been, except some of it has broken off from the crystals that you have seen. As she holds it out, Small Boy actually makes an appearance. He has slipped away from Vinny at some point, I guess. And he goes to move past all you guys towards her. Are you letting him go?
both of my
Small
hands
boy
are on my
does
gun.
what small boy wants.
Also, both of my hands are on my gun. So
Okay. I'm
but
asking.
Cassie is kind of just keeping an eye on this thing, but she's got most of her attention on the winged woman in front of her.
Okay.
Who are you? Who are you?
Are you trying to find your accent?
I am. Fuck it.
Dear me.
Me. The woman doesn't say much at first before she speaks softly, and for some reason I can't procure an old woman voice, but she says that her name has been long forgotten, Small boy makes his way to her, and she drops the crystal. He takes it, and he eats it.
Well, that's what toddlers do, put things in their mouth.
Exactly. Like, I never see that
Yep.
"Don't you put it in your mouth" commercial.
Don't you put it in
Yes.
your mouth.
In your
Don't
mouth.
you stop
Yeah,
it in
that's
your
it.
face.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Don't worry. I
Nope.
remember that commercial from when I was a kid.
I still
Oh,
sing it
no.
to myself all the time. So yeah, he has.
Yeah. Did we sing it a bunch at work consistently?
We absolutely have.
Honestly, we should bring it back because of what's going
Like,
on
"Feed
right
that
now.
yeast, don't do that."
Don't do that. Don't eat it. No.
We should just bring that song back, considering everything that's going on right now.
You'd think, but also at the same time, it's just I don't think it's a "don't you put it in your mouth" issue.
Well, no,
I don't think
they
it's
keep
just-
saying they keep saying "don't touch your
Well.
face," right?
Mm-hmm. But
Anyway.
yeah, she drops it, and small boy takes it and eats it. Slowly but surely, small boy starts to shift and change. Apparently, I didn't save the picture. It's fine. But the way he shifts and changes is he grows. His size changes from toddler to maybe a young teen. He grows taller and bigger until he finally stops. He still has that same sort of material look to him. He's still kind of like, he looks slimy. His proportions have grown. He still has one eye, no mouth, but he is larger. As you guys are watching that happen, unless you are still staring at the woman,
Cassie's keeping her eyes on the woman.
okay.
He's watching the show. That's the show.
That is a show. He's slouched over, and then he just starts raising up and growing taller. Watching the woman, you see as she starts to deteriorate quickly. She's going from like maybe a woman that looks like in her 50s, 60s, as she seems to quickly age up the scale. Jernia, as you are sitting on the ground, kind of just like staring.
Sure.
You-
Santo Cristo. Continue.
You blink once. You're still seeing the sky. You blink again. There's still the sky above you. One more blink, and suddenly there's a shadow above you. It takes a moment for you to focus, and you realize it's Quincy.
Hi.
He places his hand gently onto your forehead, and he mutters something very quickly that you don't understand, but you can take 2 damage away.
Oh, that feels nice.
He has healed you and is now helping up.
Oh. Hi, Quincy.
Good morning.
Hi.
We have to go inside. Come on.
Here. She like staggers and pulls out one of the crystals and shows it to him.
Oh. Hold on to it. And he pats your hand and lets you keep a hold of that. But he leads you inside.
Satchel. Okay. I'm very slowly making my way over.
Everyone else, you hear the movement behind you. It's not quiet. It's like shuffling and a little bit of dragging.
Fear dragging, yeah.
But you do see Quincy and Jernia enter the room.
Oh. Everything hurts.
Jernia, you see the older woman in front of you.
Hello? Why
Does
are
she
you
still have... Sorry.
pointing gun? Why are you all pointing guns?
evil. Sorry, Stuart, you were gonna say?
Still have wings and everything?
Yeah, she still has wings.
Okay.
The feathers are starting to drop from it now. As she ages, the feathers are slowly falling off. Quincy is the first to say something a little bit more to her, but it is in a language you guys do not understand. Morgan, you recognize it as more of the angelic language.
Fucking Celestial.
Fucking Celestial. Jernia, Quincy lets you go. He makes sure you're stable, standing before he releases you, and he moves over to her. He helps her sit on the ground, and he actually sits with her. Within another moment, you see wings sprout from Quincy's back, and he kind of envelops her a little bit. This is an old friend that I thought had gone missing. She was here?
Yeah, she was a statue up there on the pedestal.
Yeah.
Quincy looks at the where the statue was, and then back to her. Who did that? She says a name, and well, actually, sorry, she says something, and from what you can guess, it's a name, and it's a name that Quincy actually recognizes. He looks at you all, and he says, Adelia. I will spell that out for you guys, so you guys have it. Thank you. That is the.
Is that what you're looking for? Would you
That's
like
what
me
I was
to add
looking
it
for.
to the overlay, like right now,
Afterwards?
right next to you?
Yes, you can crop it or whatever. Here's the picture of what Small Boy actually looks like.
I'm gonna get it up in
For
just
the
a
players.
second. I'm gonna put it right up on the overlay. Give me
Take your time.
2-3 minutes.
Adelia's name, Adelia.
Adelia.
Was that the name on the journal that we found?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I know this chick's music.
Did you say I dig this chick's music?
Yeah, Adele's great.
Yeah.
I knew she was an angel.
I realized what I fucking did here. I
thought she was younger, I'll admit, but yeah.
You know, they touch up all those pictures in magazines.
This is true.
Gosh. The woman finally kind of realizing that English is definitely the way to go about this conversation, because she doesn't want to currently be shot, but from what you guys can take from all of this, from watching her, she is dying. She is slowly dying. She explains what she knows. I was captured and trapped, and because I am dying, it began to find, or try to find, something else. Now that she speaks in the sort of celestial language, it sounds basically like bells and wind chimes and singing towards well, not so small lad anymore. There's no English translated name for him, but he is needed to keep a balance. And Adelia is breaking that balance. With this crystal, he becomes whole. He will change, he will grow, he will be sought out.
Are we gonna have to worry about creatures and others who are going to want to kill him?
It's not so much kill him as take his power back.
Alright, so follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna have to be worried about him eating us?
Journey points like a pointed look at Cassie.
No,
This-
I agree. That's a pertinent question.
this woman actually she chuckles a little bit, which is actually quite pleasant to hear. No, he won't eat you.
Alright, well then, I guess we have a child, and it takes a village, so...
Congratulations on your new adoption.
I would like to keep not some small boy in my presence to just like kind of go over like his form and all that stuff and catalog it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta come up with he's not small anymore. He's almost my height.
Yeah, he's taller than he's definitely taller than Stuart now.
Surprise.
So is he like, are we talking like in human years, he's like 10 or
You could
11?
Is he
Yeah.
Teen Groot?
Yeah, he's kind of like Teen Groot.
Okay.
He's not
Oh,
as
okay.
tall as he's
Is he
not
as
as
moody?
tall as maybe
yet.
we don't know yet. He's not as tall as Teen Groot. He's like you could if you were to match a height, he's probably like closer to like a 15-year-old.
Okay.
Oh god, he is Journey's height.
Yeah, Jarnia's not very tall.
No, she's not.
He's got a small torso and long legs and long arms.
It's the teenager phase where nothing seems proportionate because they're still growing into their body.
Yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
I never left
Yep.
that phase.
Give me one moment.
I don't
No.
know, Stuart. I think that you're pretty proportionate. It's just, you're hot. It's too
The
big.
jokes I could make.
You're hot. It's too big.
Oh,
I look over at the
that's
angel
nice
chick.
to light.
I hold up the black crystal. Are these
Yeah.
dangerous? Do we need to let him eat them?
Should I smash him?
They're dangerous in the hands of others, but they are what he needs to become whole.
So we should be on the lookout then for more of these crystals, as it were.
Yes.
And all of the statues of all these people here, is there a way for us to be able to help them? Possibly return to their former lives, if it is possible.
You just hear swearing from the other room like fucking stone, fucking stupid.
Logan's just like bashing his way in. Shit.
No, it's not even Logan, it's Nell coming out of her
Oh,
fucking
Nell.
facing.
Also acceptable.
Also acceptable, top notch.
Yep.
No, she some have died already. They have already passed on. They have moved on. They have been here for years. That their lives are done.
And those that haven't,
They will slowly awaken.
on their own.
Yes.
Is there a way for us to tell which have moved on and which have not?
Their statues will no longer be there.
Well, that certainly makes it easier. Well, anybody else have any questions? Because at this point, I believe that we may need to very carefully move those that are statues out to where they're going to be able to get out.
It's at this time that you watch that the woman's eyes slowly begin to glow gold. But it's a slow phase as it starts to really sort of envelop her eyes, but she's still able to take questions if you have them.
I feel like I've processed a lot in the last... I don't even know. And I think I just need time to relax.
You're from heaven, yeah?
A heaven of sorts.
Is my pet mouse there? Bruno said he would be.
Oh my god.
What's his
Why are
name?
you so fucking pure?
Squeakers?
Squeakers?
I should have said
Sorry? How many pet mice does
Oh, Stuart's got tons of pet.
Is this a mint situation?
It's a mouse circus situation.
it's a mouse circus? So has
Yeah,
only
really.
one passed away? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah,
Okay.
he takes very good
Squeakers?
care of those mice.
Okay.
I love it.
Squeakers. Let me. And she sort of pauses and like looks off. Her eyes glowing. Her eyes glowing. They were like a light glow. Now they've actually started to glow much brighter. Across her body, lines have started to appear, and gold is starting to glow out of the lines on her skin. Yes, Squeakers is there.
Sweet. Well, thank you for that. I'm gonna go pick up all these crystals for Tall Boy. Pete. And Stuart's just gonna start gathering up crystals. He's gonna take his shirt, and make like a little
Okay.
pouch with it, sort of thing.
Jernia will literally just take off her satchel and just be like, "Here, you can use this."
Oh no, that's yours. I'm fine getting my shirt dirty.
I
Stuart just waddles.
rattle a little bit, revealing that I have a crystal in there.
Oh, well then you can help. Ha!
Fair enough. I walked myself into that one. Oh. Every time she bends down, like.
Are you sure that's a good idea, considering the trauma that you just put your body through, Janya?
I gotta keep moving. If I don't keep moving, I'm gonna feel worse. Ugh.
Alright. Adelia, is there somewhere we can make you comfortable while you pass from the...
Oh, Adelia's not her name.
Oh no, is Adelia the...
Adelia's the name she dropped
no.
that said wrongly captured her.
Ah, okay, sorry. I apologize. She never gave her name?
Quincy had... There's a bed in the other room. Quincy had like said something like you know when somebody sits there and goes like say like somebody hasn't seen Morgan in a long time. It's like Morgan. Like that's how Quincy came into the room, but he never said her name in English.
No, he said
It
it
was
in
more-
Celestial because
Yeah.
we don't fucking know how to
Fuck
speak
you.
Celestial.
Exactly.
I didn't even realize that was an option I could take as a language.
It's not. Get fucked.
Yeah, you're a normie like Stuart.
Well, sort of. But
I will say the closest people who could learn it would be like between Morgan and James, probably.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Angel, is there some way that we can make your transition comfortable?
Quincy is doing that just fine. You can tell now that the glowing that is coming from her, it actually stops the light that's coming from her actually stops in the way that Quincy's wings are actually surrounding her. Sort of like bubbled her a little bit.
Okay. James, would you like a moment alone with the angels since you seem to have those supernatural powers?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind speaking to him alone.
Well, then excuse me, I'm going to go start figuring out how we're going to move those statues outside.
Morgan, I know you're still in the room as well. You've heard now that, like, Cassie's offered a moment for James to with them, but if you have anything you'd like to say or ask.
Never met an angel before.
Quincy just like, hello? No. Bitch! He flaps his wings. No, I'm kidding. We're really all around you. Even though you are opposite of us.
We're all around too. I think that we just are a little less prevalent.
I'd say
People
we
don't-
try to be, but we're a little obnoxiously bright sometimes.
And people don't seem to appreciate the things we do.
Whose fault is that? No, I'm kidding.
We are punishing bad people. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, all you can do is keep that up. Though I don't feel like punishment is necessarily your line of work.
It's not. More like contractual obligations.
Fucking telling her this old angel, this poor dying angel's last interaction with the demon. That's good.
Don't worry, you're going to heaven, guaranteed.
Oh, I sure hope so. I have words for the man upstairs. No, I'm kidding.
Yikes.
Me too.
She wants to speak to the manager.
Manager!
Her name is
Now.
Karen, but
Her name is Karen. People just forgot it.
My name is long forgotten. There it goes.
This very quickly turned into Dante's Inferno.
Yikes. Anything else, Morgan?
No, I'll leave them alone.
Okay. Tall boy follows with you because you got 2 crystals. Him still.
Oh, as he's walking out, I hand him my crystal. Here you go.
Ah.
Chew on that.
He just like he doesn't even like because he doesn't have a mouth. He just like slowly takes it and like pushes it into his face. Just like
I hold one out. I'm like, come on. Come on. I'm like, looking up.
he's fucking stalking after you because he's got long legs now. No more waddle for him. Okay, apologies. James, you have a moment with Quincy and enter Bellchime here.
Her name's just Enter Bellchime.
Her name is Wingdings.
Wingdings. Oh God! How very dare you!
that's the font for Angelic.
It is. Mm-hmm.
So James takes his glasses off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what my father was? I've been trying to find out, but I don't even have a name to go on what he was.
For what he was. She holds out her she actually reaches past Quincy's wings to kind of hold out her hand for you to take, just so she can sort of bring you closer. Just so that she can actually like really stare into your eyes. As she watches you, you notice that the cracks that have been happening alongst her skin are growing more, and it's separating almost as if this was just sort of a like when you think of a hologram, how there's really nothing underneath, and like once it starts to disappear, all that's left is basically an empty shell kind of sorts. But you can still see the bright glow that is actually emitting from around her, more closer to her chest. Your father is something old. From what I can feel, your father is still around. Where? I can't pinpoint, but he will come to find you, James.
Mm-hmm. That's not a good thing. Are you saying he knows about it?
Not that he knows, but that he feels. You may not be completely like him, but you do hold some of him. He is going to want that back.
That doesn't sound promising at all. Do you know? Do you know what his? Do you have a name for what his people are, though? Because I know there's more than one.
Let me see. There is a book Quincy has. It, and she sort of looks back to Quincy, and she like stares really hard at him, and Quincy, because she knows his ways. Quincy has a book with the information you are looking for. He will be able to give you that once he finds it, and because he's like, yeah. I don't have enough time to explain what he is. Quincy has already borrowed too much time to keep me here.
Thank you for your help. Puts his glasses back on.
Of course. Keep your mind open, James. There is a lot around that you still need to learn. It's at this
time. Walk off.
Yep. As you're leaving, you can feel the heat before you see the glow. The heat that hits your back is very quick and very harsh against your back. Before a glow, and for anyone who is still in the tunnels picking up crystals, you all see this glow as it just lights up the tunnel completely before going out in a very quick flash. James, you're the only one to feel the heat that hits your back before everything goes out and the cold returns from this underground tunnel.
Journey halfway through picking up a crystal, will run over there. Is everything all right?
You go back to Quincy and the angel?
The heat thing is what was,
Oh, okay.
She's like, is everything all right?
You only see Quincy there.
Is everything all right?
She has passed. That is all.
I didn't know that was going to be a thing.
We die just like everyone.
We?
We are a group. We are just like humans, Jernia. Divines will live and will die. We can stretch our lives. But only for so long.
I keep seeing the socially awkward shopkeeper. I apologize.
That is quite all right.
I keep forgetting you're divine.
That is fine, Junia. It's at this time you guys can actually hear sirens. Now.
That sounds like get the fuck out.
Well, off you go.
Actually, not quite. You see, we weren't sure. Actually, we didn't know that Quincy was going to arrive. I may have texted Detective Logan in so much as to bring the EMTs to get you medical help.
Well, you are still injured. Technically. Quincy, on the other hand, is like, disappears.
Yeet!
Alright, so to cover ourselves, we need to put the boots to Jarnia right quick.
Jarnia, come here.
But enough.
Ice Law, fuck y'all!
Actually, technically, some of you are hurt.
Yeah,
you have visible. You guys do have visible injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to need the help getting the statues that are still here out of the mill.
From what you can tell, seeing the statues that you've, a lot of the statues have already started to, like, the stone that was on them, the clay that was on them has already started to break off. Okay. For most of them. There's, like, maybe 3 or 4 statues.
Okay.
From what you can tell, moving them, not a good idea.
Right. She's still, like, we should probably let them know that this was a serial killer. That...
Yes, he turned them to stone. What a great...
Now he covered them in clay.
It still sounds pretty unbelievable.
Well,
what are we gonna do with the tall boy?
Sorry, Stuart, what were you saying?
What are we gonna do about Tall Boy? Honestly,
yeah,
I don't think the cops should see him.
This big, tall, just sort of black, sludgy looking dude with one big
crystals.
He's doing that crystal diet. It's cool, officer. It does weird things to your skin.
It's not crystal meth, we promise.
It's a really bad case of scalp dermatitis.
Yikes.
Well, I don't know. Do you have a better idea or suggestion?
We not be here.
Actually, Morgan, flying away with Tall Boy might not be a bad idea.
I have ideas.
Okay, I mean, I could do that, but what are the other ideas?
I think
flies real fast.
I think getting a teenage child out of here is probably the best bet to start.
Hey, we're foster parents. Do we get money for that now?
You all keep doing what you're gonna do. I'm gonna go fucking be a damsel in distress. I hate this. We're gonna have words with this later, Cassie. She walks off.
You were unconscious! What do you want from me?
Walked off already.
Well, if Tall Boy will allow it, I will take him, and I will fly away with him.
Okay. You can easily, like, he's not very heavy. You actually think, you look at him, you look at his body, and you're like, you're gonna have a weight to you. It literally feels like he weighs 15 pounds. You are very easy to grab him. He just kind of like, you know how you would carry a child like on your front, and their like legs just like over your hips. He's like very easily able to just like wrap his legs around your waist, and his arms like around your neck, and it almost feels like he isn't there.
Well, that takes care of that problem.
Can any of you drive a motorcycle?
I'll give him my best.
Can you even reach the fucking...
I said I'll give him my best.
I think my motorcycle's not even here, actually. I don't think I took my motorcycle up.
No, I think you drove with somebody.
You drove with me.
Then I am off.
I'm gonna take off too because I've got a big T-shirt here full of crystals, and it does look like crystal meth. At the circus, I've seen a thing or two. I'm out of here. And I want Stuart to just try and run through the forest away from everything.
Well, we know there's a gap in the fence, so
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stuart's just gonna take off.
Okay.
The hell out of Dodge with all his crystals.
You're like running. You can hear them.
You know that GIF in that one movie was like, he's not here right now. He's going through the window. That's Journey and Stuart right now.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes.
He's not here right now.
Journey and Stuart.
You just missed him.
You just missed him and all his crack. I'm sorry.
Cassie's gonna head out as well, just to kind of deal with the cops, since she was technically the one who called them.
A call? Okay. Oh, not that. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh God. Sorry. You guys walk out. You see Logan. You can see the EMT vehicle. It's just one cop car and the one ambulance. You recognize two guards with Logan. The sirens are off now. There's okay, sorry, not guards. There's Logan, another police officer, and one EMT. The EMT is she instantly starts looking to see like who's hurt, who's injured, who needs it.
That's me. Hi.
Goes to Jernia, makes sure she's taken care of. Logan, the police officer stays with Jernia. Logan is the one that walks up to Cassie.
Okay.
So what was it?
Well, as far as I've been able to determine, there was a celestial being in the mill. It's freed now. We dealt with whatever it was that was in it. There's 3 or 4 of these statues that they're starting to crumble, but the people that are inside, they will come out. So we might just, not we, you as the police officer might want to station someone here to assist them as they come to and are confused about their surroundings.
James leans forward. Detective. No, she called him a police officer. Detective.
Oh.
Detective, right. Apologies. Officer of the law.
Now the harpy had already hatched out, hadn't she?
It was just, I was just like, I was having a good joke about that because I'm like, yeah, but no, she will actually start making her way out now. She was quick to break out basically because she was not just human. She's like muttering in a little bit and swearing as she's like brushing herself off as she comes up behind you guys. She like stares for a moment and she's just like, Logan. Logan just sits there and looks at her like, Nell. It's like an awkward moment, but she looks at you too. She's like, and to our...
Well, my name's Cassie. I've talked to some of your sisters, gang mates, previously.
She like pauses and just like really stares at you for a second. Like, and she's just like staring. She's like, She said sisters, so does she know? Does she not know? Does she know?
She's just
James.
Cassie's gonna take her. Cassie's gonna take her notebook out, flip to the pages with all the notes and the harpies, and just show them off.
Nell's just like, okay.
And then
she like leans up and she's like,
journal again, like put it away again. It's like she just doesn't want to say it out loud because she doesn't know who else is supposed to know.
Okay. Oh yeah, definitely no one. Logan knows. You can tell like Nell and Logan have a bit of a past. What kind of past?
We
don't know.
No idea, and maybe we don't want to know.
No, there's tension, and you do not want to know the tension. Why there's tension? And she like looks. Do you do the caw thing, James?
No, but I do tell her we've taken up residence in the house.
Okay. Oh, the house. Okay. It's a lot quicker than just showing me a notebook. Okay.
She's from the south. I do things slow down there.
Hey, James. Fuck off.
And he walks to his truck because he knows she's got a gun.
And she's from the south, so
she's not afraid to use it.
Well, that's how he knows she's got a gun.
I mean, we're not going to talk about the fact that she just pulled that gun out in the middle of the diner and put it on the table earlier on in the hunt.
I'm pretty sure in the hospitals down there, when you're born, they hand you one.
Yeah, no, I've had this gun since I was born. It's been my best friend since I was like a day old.
Yikes, dude!
Also,
have you talked to somebody about that yet?
Not canon.
It was said on stream. It's canon.
No,
I don't know what to tell you. It's recorded. It's proof at this point. She quickly moves and she just like gives she pats you on the shoulder like pretty hard, like hard enough that you're just like you lurch forward a little bit. Sorry. I'm gonna remember my own strength. They're just like I got people to find. Alright.
Of course.
She like starts digging in her pockets to look for her cell phone. She's like, still work? God, it's dead. Okay, let's just she just like pauses. Logan. I like Nell. They split.
Do you need a ride back to town?
No, I'd like to spread my wings a little bit, I think.
Oh, fair enough.
Well, if
you just hear
gosh! Jesus Christ.
No, you don't.
Well, if that's that's one of them. I believe that there was 3 or 4 that was still up in the mill. So they'll be coming to probably in the next day, 2-3 days.
Well
They'll
enough.
be disoriented. But after that, the mill might be able to be cleaned up and reopened.
Oh no. Most of the people in this town think that mill is cursed. We've had too many deaths in this mill for it to really stay.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Maybe they'll just tear it down now.
Maybe they'll build something new. Salt the ground, clear it
like
as
a
it were.
mall.
Why do I feel like that's a terrible idea?
Salting the ground?
No, building a mall.
Well, yeah. Probably eat up a good chunk of the forest. That would not happen. Go get out of here. Get some rest.
Of course. Appreciate the timely arrival.
Kiwi sent me out here as quickly. I think, actually, she's the one that answers my my calls. Technically, she just sends me on her way.
Is that why I was responded to with emojis?
Probably. That sounds like Kiwi.
Good to know. That makes so much more sense. Sorry.
Kiwi, Miss Frizzle. Alright. Now, with everybody healing up and splitting ways for the moment, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. We will be back at about
10-2?
10-2? Maybe a little bit later, so maybe about a 10 to 15 minute break.
Okay.
But the fight is over. Everyone is going to go off, do some healing. When we will come back, we will continue to see what happens, I guess. That's my best excuse for it. Cool. Alright, we'll be back soon. Get your drinks. take a bathroom break, get some food if you're hungry, wash your hands before you eat. We're good. We'll be back.
Sink down and emotions feel like I never did before. Live shows him spoken reels of the movie I ignored. Blue skies on a broken sea and I'm stuck up on the shore. I never thought you could see me, but you did. All I know is we're here, that they took us somewhere. So what they say we're called, falling out of line. They don't know the two of us are colorblind, yeah. All I know is we're here, that they took us somewhere. So what they say we're called, falling out of line. They don't know the two of us are colorblind. All I know is we're here, that they took us somewhere. So what they say we're called, falling out of line. They don't know the two of us are colorblind, yeah. Colorblind for all my life, and they kept painting rainbows. I'm colorblind, it's black and white. It seems it will remain. And you've been colorblind for all your life, scared to even say so. We're colorblind, it's black and white. It seems it will remain so. So what they say we're called is falling out of line. They don't know the two of us are colorblind, yeah. All I know is we're here, that they took us somewhere. So what they say we're called is falling out of line. They don't know the two of us are colorblind. All I know is we're here, that they took us somewhere. So what they say we're called is falling out of line. They don't know the two of us are colorblind, yeah. I can't wait to leave this town, 'cause lately I've been feeling down. The cold nights just don't feel the same. Oh, like my life inside a car. Hit the button, drive real far. Put that record on me like, I'm dreaming of you, I dream of a new night. Fights in the dark till we see the sunlight. My love, it's you
Welcome back, everybody, to Monster of the Week. They actually, sorry, not even me. I'm just here to talk and stuff. They have solved the hunt, have fixed the mystery. Audible question mark? Audible confusion? But we are back. Let's get into it. It has been about a week since you guys have finished your hunt, since you guys have worked together, gotten to know each other, your strengths, maybe some of your weaknesses. We all know that Cassie's got a gun, though. So, keep that in the front of the mind.
Cassie's got a gun.
I was waiting for it. God damn it.
Yep.
I was like, I'm about to become a really bad friggin' Aerosmith parody. Son of a bitch.
There you are.
Uh-oh.
Do this to
What,
yourself.
whoa. So it's been a week. You guys have had time to heal, to relax, to learn more if you so desired. What have you guys been up to since the hunt? Jernia.
Jernia was, after getting looked at by the medical professional, was like, I can probably do better at my house, I'm sorry. And went home. Texted Quincy, I'm gonna need at least a day. And then, slept for an entire day.
Just slept for forever.
And
Okay.
then woke up, and then just if she still felt kind of shitty, she would use her magic to do the icy half of icy hot on herself, do a cold compress,
Icy half of the icy hot. Okay.
and then she just started working again.
It just kept working at the bookstore.
Just kept working at the bookstore. Every now and again, she would be like, "Can you teach me that Celestial?"
You know, I think I could manage to teach you some words. At that day, Quincy had said that, but he had taught you a couple words here or there, stuff that's hello, goodbye, where's the washroom, a water please, that kind of thing. Actually, I prefer tea over coffee, but he didn't say what that actually said. He just figured it would work. Or small words like cat or dog, which it's very hard to get how to say the language, because it sounds very more like you're trying to make bell signs from your bell sounds, sorry, not signs, just from you in general.
Yeah.
You picked up a couple words, but after that day, Quincy was seen a lot less. He would ask you to come in for a few hours. You would see him briefly for about maybe 20 minutes to half an hour. And then he would go off to do something, and he wouldn't show up for the rest of the day. He would ask you to keep the store open for about 5 hours, in which you would have regular customers, small amount of times here or there. But otherwise, you saw less and less of Quincy throughout that week.
After 4 days of this, or after 2 or 3 days of this, he's like, "You okay?"
You get no response, which
Of course not.
you usually don't get responses from Quincy, but at the same time, it's just you knew you would get one at a certain time afterwards. But this time you just got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On the last day, sorry.
Mhm.
On the last day, I would have made the manual trek back to the hideout.
We'll go over that later, because Quincy actually never took you on that physical walk.
Okay.
Because Quincy was going to take you all as a group.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
Which we will probably come back to at some point.
Mm.
Stuart.
This whole time I've been trying to think of something.
You want me to go on to somebody else instead?
Yeah, maybe just one person, if someone doesn't
Cassie,
mind.
I know you're
Otherwise,
ready.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you. Don't worry.
Uh,
Should roll a dice.
I spent the week fixing my notes in regards to everything that had happened and occurred. And if Jarnia, James, and Morgan were willing to talk to me about it, I'd probably sit down and talk to them in regards to either their powers or what they are, just so that it can go into my notebook as something and people interesting that I've met. And I would have attempted to try and convince Ansel to come for a visit. Whether or not that was successful is up to you.
When you call Ansel and ask him to come and visit, he says it'll take a bit of time. He just has to do something. But by about day 5 for the week, he says he'll probably be up he'll be up within the next week. Okay. Morgan, Jernia, and James, do you agree to talk to Cassie about you and your powers?
James puts her off.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe later.
Jernia doesn't really know where it comes from, so it's like
audible confusion. Okay.
But she'll answer questions. She just doesn't. There's like, I mean, I point and it does the thing.
Okay. Morgan?
Yeah, I probably would. I feel like it would start as like I inherited it from my father, and then turned into like a therapy session. Like,
why doesn't Dad love me?
Called in like a week. Wait.
Cassie, I didn't fucking sign up for this.
Cassie writing down abandonment issues, underlining it.
You left like an hour ago, and I'm still talking.
No, she's Southern, so she's really fucking polite. She won't leave you while you're talking about it. She's just like, I didn't fucking sign up for this. I did not sign up for daddy issues. But she'll sit there and listen the entire time as you're talking about your daddy issues.
Probably wouldn't go too in depth in it, but it would come up probably more than a comfortable amount.
She's just like, fascinating. Not too sure how any of that has to do with your powers, but that sounds absolutely fascinating. But, I mean, she kind of wants to see how Morgan's abilities would work. She's curious. I mean, this is her whole thing.
How do you do the fly thing, Morgan?
No, not that one. She knows how that one works. There's a point where she asks him to use them on her with the promise that he won't make her do something weird. Or that would make her cheat on her boyfriend. She just wants to see what it's like on the other end of that ability.
Alright, so I've got a couple abilities that I could do something like that with.
Yeah, well, I mean, she wants to see what it's like, right? But she just doesn't want to be on the end of an angry vampire boyfriend. Because she's curious about how your abilities work.
So you want to become a mental slave for a little bit.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay. That, or you could just sign a contract.
That's not happening.
You probably wouldn't be talking to me, you'd be talking to my father.
And so, nope, I'm not gonna say that. That's, that would be the height of rudeness if I said what I wanted to say. Well,
Dad's cuter than me.
That's not the point. Still would have been exceedingly rude what I was gonna say. So.
I've literally been to hell. I don't know what you could say that would make me feel upset. Hell's a pretty offensive place. I don't know if you've ever been.
I can't say that I have. But, I mean, if you really want to hear what I was gonna say. So you're Daddy won't come when you call, but if somebody wants to make a deal with him, he'll show up.
Oh, you cut out, and I'm so glad you fucking did.
It might be for the best for Twitch TOS that you cut out.
No, I mean, what she said was, so your dad won't come when you call, but he'll show up if somebody else wants to make a deal. Morgan, I did try. Oh my god. I did try to tell you that this was not gonna be good.
No, it's okay.
So, yes, I would like to experience that side of it, if you would be so kind. Understanding, of course, that no weird, funky stuff that would involve me cheating on my significant other.
No, I'll just make you do something mundane.
Alright. And she'll take the locket off and put it on the table, and then let him do his thing. Not resisting, like, she's just gonna let him do it, and then follows whatever orders it is that he has her do.
Okay, I won't even make, like, a roll happen.
Yeah.
What do you make Cassie?
Probably something really simple, like walk over there. Now sit down. Now bring me a glass of water or something like that. Like something really simple. And then he'll drop it after like a minute or two.
Okay. Well, that was an experience. I can't say I'm too keen on repeating it, but that was something else. And then she'll put the locket back on, just kind of like awkwardly reach out and pat Morgan's shoulder. I'm sure you're turning into a man that your father will be proud of. I mean, you helped save the town of Smithsdale.
Here's to hoping he sees that.
Yeah. And, yeah, so she just, like, keeps writing down in her notes about it and whatever else he tells her. As soon as he just starts going back into the daddy issues again, she just stops taking notes, because nope, I don't need more notes on this.
Okay.
I was only 7 when my father missed my first concert recital.
Oh god.
I fucked that chick on stage.
I was 7.
He was 7 and he was playing the violin.
Which honestly makes that even more impressive, but, you know.
Okay. Enough. Fuck that. Stuart!
Yeah, so Stuart, in all his, with all his wisdom, running off into the forest with all those crystals was a terrible idea. He doesn't know that forest at all.
Nope. It takes
so
you, like, a few hours, but you end up finding yourself, like, rung around. It's dark out, but you're back at the wood mill.
Okay, so he's got a road to follow out then.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's made it back to town. He's got the shirt full of crystals. He doesn't know what to do. So he brings them to the bookstore, which he's sure is closed.
Yep.
But just kind of is there like trash cans or anything nearby?
There's a mail slot in the door.
Mail slot? Oh, he pushes all those through the mail slot. Along with his gun.
Oh no!
Because he wants to go home, and he was sure that Madame Spinoli is probably still on a witch hunt for this gun.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh god.
So he,
later, like, where's this gun come from?
Like, what the fuck?
So he wants to head home, and he's probably gonna play it cool and work for a few days.
Okay.
Hang out with his brother.
Mm-hmm.
before trying to figure out where people live so he can contact people if he wants to.
I'm gonna visit.
Basically, that's what he's gonna do, is do the unannounced visits.
Hey.
Just make sure everyone's still okay.
Knocking on Jarnio's door. You alive?
Oh, thank God! I finally found you. I knocked on like 30 other doors before you.
Hi, Stuart.
Yeah, just
yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
It's like cool. Leaves.
Cool. Sick. See ya.
Bye.
And just yeah, and he's doing just like this big hunt through town. He's trying to get kind of more familiar with the town as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Madam Spinoli, she is definitely still in the search for the gun. But realizing, she looks at you and she's like, Stuart could not have it at all. Definitely could not have it. Right? Maybe.
Hmm?
No.
Whiz guns are scary.
Guns are scary. Okay, Stuart. She has made plans with the town to stay an extra about week, 2 weeks. Since basically you guys got to town and then everything was basically put on curfew and closed down because of the kidnapping and just everything strange that was going on. So it's been a week. You guys have been putting on shows. You guys have, so you've had plenty enough to do. You've been able to find houses. Salem actually, like, she comes to one of the shows and she ends up like telling you where her house is. Okay. And says that you can usually sometimes find Morgan there. And I mean, she's there and she thinks you're an okay dude, so it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's mostly just working for the rest of the week.
Okay, perfect. James.
I would be at the bookstore bright early the next day, whenever they usually open. And I'm tearing that place apart until I find the book that the angel chick was talking about.
It definitely takes some time, and it's just like you're going through book after books after books after books. Finally, Quincy is the one to help you find it because he realizes that he's been outed to help you find it. So he knew what you were looking for and where to look for it. He finds you the book, and he hands it to you. He tells you it's not a book for sale, though, because this is something specific that doesn't need to be passed around. But anytime you want to come into the store and look over it and read it, the store is open to you.
Oh, that's great. James immediately goes home and orders one of those little hand scanners. And since Quincy doesn't hang around in the shop much, he's scanning the book in.
All right. Yep. I can't say no to it. You're not wrong.
Other than that, what the fuck? He does work at the house, and what? He won't sell it to me. Thus, I must pirate it. And begins assembling his own occult library at his house. You know,
just all computerized kind of thing. Or are you like actually printing it and making books?
The ones he can get a computer, electronic copy of, yeah, he'll just do that and have it backed up on external stuff. But
perfect. A good chunk
also
of
ordering books online and stuff.
Yep. All right.
Basically, the next time I level up, I'm taking the occult library option from the.
Okay. Which we will be talking about level.
Okay.
So we're good. Which I don't know if you're close to another level. Have you leveled? Yeah, you. Okay. Anything else that James is doing in that week?
Let's see. Researching in the books, catching up on his work. If we're allowed back into the other house, he'd be going to that library as well.
Okay.
So really just kind of researching and working.
Researching and working, perfect.
And avoiding the pararomantics questions.
Yep. Quincy, before he starts disappearing more often than not, is actually able to show you how to use the door properly. he takes the time to show you which symbol is which, and how to actually focus your power into the symbol to get it to activate. When he's showing James Jernia, he actually promises you that he will be able to show you how to do it, and that if Morgan so desires to learn how to do it, he would probably be able to teach him how to do it, but he just doesn't have time to teach everybody right now. James, it does take you a couple times to really get a hold of it. It's focusing most of your energy and your power like into something so small, but you need to put the right amount of energy, or if you don't put enough, it'll send you somewhere completely different. But the different is like it's just black. There's like no portal into like another house or another building or a forest or anything like that. It's just pure black. And then if you put too much power into it, it actually backfires on you. And it just, like, you have basically the epitome of just like a migraine for hours and hours after that.
When it opens up to just the black, I'd try throwing something in.
You're able to throw it in. You see that it sort of hits something, but it ends up just falling, and you never hear it hit anything as it lands. Or you never hear it land, basically.
Could be useful at some point. Oh, it's a bottomless pit.
Cool. It's like a never-ending pit, like Loki. I've been falling for 30 minutes! It'd be entertaining. Maybe it does come back around and you just see it, like, fall by you a couple times. That's fun. After a while, you are able to figure out how much time to concentrate to push in your power to open the door. So you're able to learn and figure out how to open.
Okay.
So yes, you are able to go back and forth. He does tell you that he still like he doesn't have the energy or power himself to actually put just a continuously open and close on the door. It's still that 3 time a day continuation. Okay. Is there anything else James is doing besides setting up his library?
No, that's really about all he'd be doing. He'd be kind of focused on that.
All right. Morgan. Besides your therapy sessions with Cassie.
Probably nothing like unusual. Hang out with my boyfriend, practice the violin, fucking feed my pet.
Okay.
Normal stuff.
Normal mundane stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not Tallboy. Do you still have Tallboy?
Yeah,
Do I
Tallboy's
have Tallboy? Oh fuck.
Yeah, Tallboy's just been living in Salem's house.
I was gonna say, when you say
Living in a
pet, do you mean
Has
bones?
he? Or did Morgan
Tallboy
go
can
back
hang out with
to?
me.
Did Morgan go back to the house out in the woods?
I
'Cause that's
figured
where-
that's where I brought him.
Yeah, because that's where
You'd have to
Salem
go through
was,
the
wasn't
portal. Yeah. Well, no, Salem came back through the portal, but she didn't stay at the house.
it? Okay.
No, she went home. You guys went through the portal. She was like, I ain't go fucking windmill. It's not my job. I don't get paid for this. I mean, you guys ain't getting paid for this, but fucking, I'm gonna do that. I've died once. Not pleasant. See ya. You wouldn't have been able to get back to the forest because Quincy didn't show you the way. You would have had to go the portal door. So unless you like kept him for a day and then went back when Quincy was there and opened the door.
Is that where we wanted him? In the mansion?
Question to the
That's-
class.
Probably the safest place to keep him.
Keep him in the X Mansion.
Back to the X Mansion.
It's really up to Molly, I think. Just, you're
Yeah.
the one that took him off.
You would have him at least for the night in which he just curls up on your couch like he did whenever he was a small boy. Well, he tried to do like he was when he was a small boy.
I mean, he could just chill with me until we agree where we want to bring him.
Do you
I
keep him
give-
at the apartment or do you bring him to
Yeah.
Salem's house?
I mean, I could keep him at my apartment.
He's really not much trouble. He is very interested in the TV though.
That's easy. Like
Who
a
is
regular
Like a
fucking
li-
child.
like a
Just turn
regular
the TV
child.
on and they're occupied for hours.
Like he doesn't move. You put something on and he's just like, okay.
I put on like
You turn it off and he's like-
Desperate Housewives.
He could be, yeah, you could put on anything and he'd be watching it.
Oh no.
Doll, maybe a little creeped out by it. Like, what is that? That's my son, Doll. That's our
So
son.
the
Doll, like,
I was gonna say, so the giant snake wasn't an issue, but the little tall boy is suddenly weird.
little tall boy.
Little tall boy.
LTB.
LDB. Oh god. Okay. So besides mundane and suddenly becoming a father, you just mundane stuff.
Yeah, probably nothing too eventful.
All right. All right.
Oh my fucking
We're
lord.
going to talk about leveling up now. Now, there is always an end of session that we do. At the end of a hunt, actually, technically. So I'm going to ask a couple questions. We're going to go, everybody can answer, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure you all have the same answers, but that's fine. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know,
yeah.
did we?
We
Did
messed
you?
up, man up.
You killed the monster. You did it. I'll say it. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yeah, 2 people. At least, right?
3 people.
Yeah.
3?
Okay.
I don't know. The angel chick died, so yeah.
So
We
that
saved
takes
the little
away
girl.
the.
That's
You
fair.
saved the
That's
We
little
did save the little girl.
Yep.
Oh, I guess way more than 3, even, because all the other people that
Yeah.
are Clay.
Nell.
Yes.
So Nell, the little girl. I don't know who the third one would be that you guys were thinking of. I can't think of it.
Well, there were some other people stuck
there
in the
was-
statue,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
there was 2 or 3 more there. So
Hmm.
Not to mention the us that were like knocked unconscious or almost petrified.
We're not counting hunters.
if we endanger
Fine.
ourselves, does that really count as us saving ourselves?
No.
I mean, we'll level up fast.
That's easy XP, and you know what? That's an exploit. You could get banned for that. Did-
Blizzard, fix this.
I will call the mods. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes.
Yeah, quite a few things, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Morgan's got daddy issues. That's going to come up a lot.
Going
Act
to.
offended, you know it's true.
I'm going to say yes.
come up a lot.
Is this what we're basing our thing off of?
I mean, it's the first time we all meet, really, so probably
Yes.
learn quite a few
On
things.
principle, yes, just because it's the first time we all met.
Journey has got magic.
Mhm.
Morgan's the devil. James has got magic.
It's more psychic, but
Of vampire. And Stuart's got mice.
So it's got little mouses.
Stuart's
I
got
love that
mice.
Stewart's is mice.
I got mice.
Everybody else is like supernatural, and then Stewart's is he's got mice.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. He's got babies. It's fine. Perfect. So between those questions and between those answers, we have 5 yeses. So if you get 1 or 2 yes answers, you mark 1 experience. Okay. If you get 3 or 4, mark 2. So what I'm gonna do, because you technically had 5, you guys can mark 3 experience.
Woo!
I level up.
One
So do
short.
I.
Or whatever.
I level up with 2 extras. Yay.
I should have got my ass beat a bit.
Well,
How
Stuart,
much did
do
you
you
say we're
not
getting?
level up again?
I'm 1 short.
1 short, but you've already leveled up.
Yeah. I'm
So-
just greedy.
Yeah, just greedy though.
You said 3?
3? Yep.
Well, at least he admits it.
Honestly, that's the type of game, you know? Alright. So that means people get to choose new skills. Do we want to talk about what skills we're choosing, or does nobody know what they're doing? Well, I know.
Exactly
Okay, well,
what I'm getting.
perfect. We'll start with Stuart because Stuart has already leveled, and I know he leveled during the campaign because he failed enough. So that's a good thing. And what skill
That's
did you
fine.
end up taking? You took Oops, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We're renaming the show to Stuart and the Oops Gang, right?
That's it. Yes.
I still vote for the mini oopses of Stuart Little.
It's Stuart
Oh, I like that.
Snacks.
Stuart
Oops.
Snacks.
Oops a daisy with
See if I
Stuart.
have a granola bar in my pocket. Nah, you have a whole rotisserie chicken. So Stuart took the Oops skill. So the Oops skill, if you want to stumble across something important, he just tells me. You will find something important and useful, but not necessarily related to your immediate problems. I have to remember that.
Yeah.
I
read that after. I was like, ooh, she could have fucked me good with that
Yeah, I
computer
could've.
thing.
Yeah, I could have. But maybe I'll do that later when you oops next time. Now I know we talked about like not oopsing like a million times just to solve the mystery, right?
Yeah, we were just kind of memeing at that point.
Yeah.
Right? Like I was oopsing, and then I oops the oops.
And whoop.
And but that's a fun skill. Okay. Morgan, you have leveled twice now,
Yes.
technically?
Dang.
Yes.
Now, I know your first one you took Unholy Strength, right? Or no, did you take a bonus too?
I took take another custom move, which was Unholy Strength.
So, Unholy Strength. So now Tuna, whenever Tuna gets to kick some ass, instead of rolling tough, they get to roll weird.
Yes.
Which is a
really good. Because
very good bonus.
-1 to +3.
Yep. Which is very good. And now you've leveled again. So what have you taken?
I think I want to take another custom move. I haven't decided which one I want.
Okay.
I can't decide if I want to do incorporeal.
Okay.
Incorporeal? Is that
Oh,
what
moves incorporeal, yeah. You move
Incorporeal.
freely through solid objects, but not people.
Yeah. Which
Not
just
people.
sounds like fun. I just want to appear more demonic.
Sup? Just head into
Would've been
James's
handy
room.
for that door.
It would have.
Yeah, slippity slide right through.
Was that hero from My Hero that just kind of slips through shit?
I can't remember his name. But yeah, he just like
Or-
shows his face. Sup?
Yeah.
Emilio?
No.
Something like that.
No.
But yeah, you'll take another move, is what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Incorporeal or something else?
Or fucking unquenchable vitality, which is where I can heal myself when I take damage.
I'm surprised you really don't want to go for the unnatural appeal. Roll plus weird instead of plus charm when you manipulate someone.
Yeah, but my charm it's a +2. So
That's not too bad. It just feels like a very Morgan.
yeah, but like my charm is already really good, so I don't really need that.
That's true. Alright. Alright.
I don't know, I
James?
might just become a phasing demon.
James, I know we briefly mentioned what you were thinking about taking. You're taking the occult library?
Which is not on the character sheet in Roll20, but I pulled up the playbook PDF, and it's listed in there, so it must be
Okay.
something they left off.
If you use your library's occult tomes and grimoires, preparing with your tomes and grimoires, take +1 moving forward for magic. That's really good.
Yes.
That's going to be very useful. I love that James is just like, I have a library now. Everyone, huh?
I think he will be scanning them all in, so he can pull out his cell phone and have the entire library there.
Just Google Docs on Google Docs.
Just like this with his phone for like 2 hours. Hold on, I have it in here somewhere.
I'll find it. It's fine. Oh my gosh. Alright. Jernia? You leveled once during the campaign, right?
Yes, I leveled one time.
Alright. You ended up taking the ball, that's right. You ended up leveling during the last fight.
Yes.
Or the big fight.
Getting the shit kicked out of me, yes.
Whoops. One of you had to go down, I'm sorry. So, okay, you took the ball, which was like, we talked about that. It was
It's the area effect.
The area effect. All right. Cassie, the one who I really did not expect to level this hunt, because girl too good for her own good.
To be honest, I only leveled because I rolled those 2 6s. If I didn't get that experience points, I wouldn't have. If I didn't get that 1 experience point today, I wouldn't have leveled.
Oh God!
In a game where you have to fail to level
Fail
up,
to
she
win.
succeeded too good.
Fail
I'm glad I
forward.
made that ruling for you then.
I appreciate it, thank you. I'm debating. I'm not sure. A part of me kind of wants to take Do as the supernatural Do, where you can take an unnatural move from your guide's playbook. And since my guide is a vampire, it labels him as the monstrous.
Yep.
So I'm not sure if I want to take that or if I want to do either the power of love or dark desires.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna do as a supernatural Do, but now I'm just trying to figure out which of the supernatural, like the monstrous moves I want to take.
Okay. Got a lot of choices in that. But
Well,
we'll figure it out.
that's just it, right? Like, so many choices.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling the one that I want to take, just because it would be really nice thematically for her, given who she is, might be one that you don't let me take, so.
Well, I guess we will be talking about that, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Alright. Well, they've finished the hunt. They've leveled a good chunk of them. And Hunt 1 is done.
Woo!
Next time when we come back, we will be taking what I'm going to call a break episode. We're going to learn a little bit more about our hunters as we go forward before we jump into what could be Hunt 2, maybe. If they want it to be Hunt 2, it can be Hunt 2. But tonight, because that fight went fairly well and quick, we will be ending early tonight, so I am going to call it now. Just because I don't got nothing else for you guys right now. I'm sorry.
When we come back next week, it'll be the beach episode.
Everybody get ready to swim. It's the end of summer. When we come back next week, quote unquote, it is the end of summer in the campaign in Smithsdale.
I thought it was Smithsdale.
It is Smithsdale. I don't know what I'm thinking, I'll be honest with you.
No thoughts, empty head.
Was it not fall when the game started?
No.
Don't! I'll fucking question myself the rest of the time. Actually, I am. So it's fine. I'm gonna jump right into our sponsors to cut everybody off. Of course, we gotta thank D&D Beyond. That is D, the letter N, D Beyond. I know we don't use it tonight, of course, but we do use it on Mondays and Thursdays, so be sure to check out those days. As well as Lucky Dice Cafe, Huntsville, Alabama area. You'd get to see our main DM, Cap. Unfortunately, with everything going on, Cap is not running live games there. So when everything's over and everything's calmed down and everybody it feels a little bit more safer going outside, I guess, for a more consistent face-to-face basis, be sure to check out Lucky Dice Cafe. Of course, if you've missed episodes, if you want to binge something because you got nothing else to do, we do have a YouTube. Our friend Maddie here has graciously taken time out of her schedule to make sure that everything is in order. And we do have a Patreon, of course, if you'd like to check out more info there. On my end, I do want to thank, of course, the artist that did our lovely work of arts here that you see on the overlay of our characters. Their name is Giselle Doodles. You can find them on Twitter, you can find them on Instagram, and you can find them on Tumblr. They are very good. They are Canadian-based. I have met them a few times. They are an absolute beautiful. They're a beautiful person. I say awkwardly, as I mean, like, they're a great person to talk to. They're really nice. We are not done for the week. We do have another game tomorrow that is sent into Avernus with our DM Maddie. Then we'll be done for the weekend, and you guys can come back and see us on Monday with the Escorts, where Cap is DMing. He has made the world, and we're on a boat. That's all I have for that. Tuesday is officially the first live game for Vampire Valley by Night with our DM Jason. How did session 0 go? And not so much to spiel the whole thing, but how did character and role and all that
There
fun
was a
stuff
lot
go?
of cats.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Oh, we figured out. We figured out where in the city their domain was going to be.
how good.
Went over some of the big players in the city, and how the majority of our group is not the big players in the city.
Oh. Oh boy.
I'm just a
Uh,
big farmer boy.
Big small farmer boy. Of course, if you want to check out how that went, besides just by word of mouth, we do have our Patreon where Session 0 did go up on. And then come back on Wednesday for the beach episode of Monster of the Week.
Stuart wears a Speedo.
Stuart wears a Speedo and probably gets a really bad burn on his head. Right?
Yeah.
I want to thank my players, Molly as Morgan, Jason as James, Decca as Jernia, Cody as Stuart, Maddie as Cassie. I almost forgot her name for a split second. Don't judge me. And that's it. I thank myself, but
Thank you,
We,
Quentin.
the players, thank you,
Thank you,
as the eye
Quentin.
in the sky.
it's no problem, everybody. I'm kidding. Okay. Of course, we love having you guys. Thank you for coming out. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.